Right. Oh, I forgot about the science one already. That was silly. I just did this big speech about how I need science. Well, where am I with the science? I'm a moron sometimes. I should really watch the last episode, and have a better idea of what's going on. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Timberborn, Part 3. Yeah, in the last episode, we continued with the tutorial, and we kind of went through some of the changes sorry, watch this bus. that kind of were implemented between when I first made the first one and the second one, which was a bit unfortunate that those changes happened. So we basically built all these houses over here. Get my ASD going. There we go. Built these little roomy houses here. And the next part of the tutorial, we never really do this shot that much. I've been playing around in my personal time, kind of playing with the camera. That's a really good shot, like something like this. You can see them all kind of running. There we go. Gotta make that a thumbnail shot, right? Anyway, enough playing. So we're going to continue with the tutorial. Now we have to go into the electricity side of it. So that's one of the cool things about this is the electricity component. So we can now start producing more advanced resources, but some buildings require power to do so. We have to build a water wheel by the shore of the river. So the water wheel is this little beast here, and obviously it goes with the flow of the water. So you can manipulate the water flow to cause this to go a little bit faster. But what I'm going to do, where do I want it? That's too far. I don't know where, my placement for the water wheel hasn't really been the best, and I'm still kind of learning where's the best to do it, because ideally I would want it there, right? With no obstruction, and then I build a pathway to it. Go like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's not obstructed anymore. Oh, no, I don't want that. I want to get rid of that. So what you want to do is because basically you want to connect wires to it. But you want this to have really good flow, so the faster it goes, the more electricity is generated. I'm not great at this game. This is more of an introduction, kind of learn as we go kind of experience, like all my games on my channel. But thank you all for those that are returning, watching it last time. It's been great. Cool. So they're going to build the water wheel. It's quite hefty in terms of pricing. That's what I've noticed. All the other buildings, they're normally like, 12, something around that. This is 50. So it does make me a bit nervous when it comes to sustainability and running out of trees. So I'm going to hold off building too many things until we can get more sustainable, because that's what I've noticed from other playthroughs. If you don't quite get that right, it will bite you. Same with water. Water and replenishing trees. Two areas that I found they kind of messed me up right off the gate. So I suggest kind of like learning how those kind of work pretty early on. Now what we'll probably end up doing is building an inventor as well. That's going to be necessary because eventually we want to get to building a forester, and then making sure we're replenished in our kind of wood. And I'll show you my thinking when it comes to replenishing wood. I kind of do like a tier approach, so half of them, the next tier up of tree, and then once they start growing, replenish the old, kind of fit the old kind of the yeah. It will make sense in the long run if we get there. But essentially we just have to wait for that. Now while that kind of stacks up, I'm going to read a comment that I got from Damp Nose. So thanks Damp Nose. I don't get a lot of comments, so I got really excited when this came through. So if you got something to say, post it down below. Don't get a lot of people saying anything. I'm a small YouTuber. I mean, getting one person to watch one video is a milestone for me. Some of my videos don't have anyone that's ever watched the whole thing, so that's exciting. So Damno said, the positive to decreasing the work hours, and we talked about that before, so decreasing it over here. You see over here I was puzzled about what's the benefits of increasing or decreasing that. The positive to decreasing the work hours is they have more time to relax. So, in other words, more baby making time. So, I'm guessing if you're low on population or you kind of want to speed up how many kids or how many workers you got, probably decreasing that time is probably beneficial. But they won't get as much work done, which makes sense. You got less time to work. The positive to increasing the work hours is they get more work done. But if you keep it up with for too many consecutive dates, they'll get exhausted. When they get exhausted, they will just fall asleep where you are. Kind of like when they fall asleep when they don't have a home, and they just crash out anywhere. But lucky, these guys do have a home, and they're all resting up. Well, I've got nothing leisurely for them to do, so they're just chilling out. But yeah, thanks, Damnose. That makes complete sense. So I guess the tactic you want to go with that is once you got your population to max. So in our scenario, what have we got? We've got it here. So we've got three. This is gonna be hard. 3 free beds. So we've got a population. We can increase the population by 3. Because we've got about 15 workers, which is 4 kids, and 11 normal guys. So, normal workers. So we've got room to grow, so we probably won't want to mess with that. But once we hit the max population and we don't want to increase it, because maybe we're just trying to get the basics right and trying to make sure it's sustainable before we increase, which is a big thing that I make a mistake about all the time, is increasing your population too quickly for, let's say, the dry months when they occur. So yeah, thanks Damnose, makes complete sense, and I'm probably going to utilize that once I get to max population, because I'll probably increase their workday just by a little, just to get a little bit more juice out of them. And because you're the first one ever to comment on any of my Timberborn playthroughs, I'm going to rename a guy. One of these guys after you. So which one? I mean, I'll see. Did we? Oh no, we had some new. Oh no, we haven't had anyone born yet. So Ace Stuck was the last person that was born, which I renamed. But I'm gonna rename here. Damp Nose. There you go. There you go, Damp Nose. You're officially part of the crew. And if anyone else comments or just wants to be named in an episode, feel free, because I named them after Ninja Turtle characters because I like Ninja Turtles, and, well, some of these names are quite hard to say. I don't want to butcher them. I mean, Yetu is easy. But Kizoku. Like, it's a Polish game, so I'm assuming maybe they're Polish names. I don't know enough about names in Poland to make a call on that, but anyway. We'll see what we've got. So nearly about halfway in that side. We're going well there. So the problem with the tutorial, I do notice it goes rather slow. So we might not be prepared for a drought, which is okay. Because if I lose a couple... I haven't completely lost a population yet, which makes me a bit nervous. I've lost a lot of beavers. They've kind of passed. But never a whole colony. So I kind of want to push the boundaries a little bit and see if it happens here. I think I've got to have plenty of food. I think I've kind of... it's a bit on the low side, to be honest. But, what's over here? Where's my berries? I've kind of exhausted all my berries as well. Not exactly the best scenario there. Let me go... I could make a campfire. See, I'm risking the logs, because until I have a forester to replenish this, our options for wood are a little bit limited. We don't even have the ability to build wooden stairs yet. To maybe get this wood up here. Or up here as well. We've got that over there. Yeah, wood stocks are rather low. I think the priority here is researching our forest, and I could just go build it now, but I kind of want to play by the tutorial rules. I'm going to play by the tutorials rules. I just slur a lot. Play by the tutorial rules, and then once we have enough science points, we'll get a forester and see whether we can replenish quickly enough to keep going with it. This is not my favorite map as well. I've played a lot in the background. I wouldn't if I was to start this whole Let's Play again, wouldn't pick this map. I find it a little bit restricting, you could say. Alright, how are we going here? Yeah, it takes. I mean, we could speed it up. Let's speed it up a little bit. So we need about 13. 13 more. So we've got good water supplies. Thinking about increasing them a little bit. Have we got anyone unemployed? No, we've got no unemployed. So everyone's right. One thing I do wish they would change is when you open up these, just to look at them, of just like trying to work out when's the net. It does pause the game, and I notice you can't unpause it. So you can't look at the menus and play the game at the same time, which is a little bit counterintuitive, because the whole idea of these is for the management of your crew or your colony. And sometimes you just want to kind of work out, what's a good move here, but you don't want to stop the game entirely. So I do find that a little bit, because I like to play on normal speed, right? I kind of like to play like this, and then while they're doing their thing and we have a bit of downtime, I like to go, alright, so where are we looking at? What are we doing? What's the next move? But because it pauses the game, you can't just do that. So it is still in trial, and hopefully there's enough feedback on that for people to, allow that to occur. I've gone through the settings. I could have completely missed a setting to let that happen. Actually, let's just check it right now. Why not? Settings. There's run in background. But I'm guessing that's when you minimize the game. Disable to... Yeah, that's how in my first episode you saw me scrambling for that one. There's nothing... Show FPS count? No. Let's say run in the background. Resume. Does that... No, that doesn't do that. I thought potentially that was the setting there. Alright. So there's no setting to allow that, which is a little bit disappointing, but those are new menus. That could be something that they may implement later on. I just like doing that, especially with games. Because I watch a lot of playthroughs and they speed it up a lot, and I get you want to speed it up, get to the point. But one thing that I love about management games is just sometimes they'll kind of just set it and just kind of watch it happening and seeing it develop. And that's a huge appeal for me for management games. I don't know, maybe I'm just unique and different, and I'm not the wider appeal that they're trying to get. Alright, there we go. So we built the water wheel. Ooh, didn't mean to do that. We built the water wheel. Sorry, you can change the camera like that too. Built the water wheel. It's going around at a nice, fast pace. That's cool. The sun's going down anyway, so we've got time. So what's the next step? So it's time to produce planks. So we want to build a lumber mill and connect it to the water wheel with power shafts. Many buildings can pass energy to one another when placed wall to wall, so you can kind of stack them up next to each other, and that's pretty much what it's saying. So I like the grid system in a way. You don't need to worry about too many wires. The one thing I do have a problem with the wire system is when after you place a wire and you want to place a T-junction, you have to delete it and then build it. You can't just kind of press it and select it to overlay on it and they'll come and do it automatically. You kind of have to delete it, then place it, and I don't like that. Because it causes interruption in your power kind of production for a little bit of time if there's a delay for the wood to get there. Yeah, anyway. It makes sense. Hopefully I can show it. Makes a little bit of sense. But so we basically need to make a lumber mill. So we'll make a lumber mill close just so we're not wasting too much wood. And then what we want to do, we want to make these power shafts connecting to there. So you wanted to... Now, what I was trying to say is, let's say if you build two here, and let's say they're built, hypothetically, they're already built, and I'm only just explaining this because it's darkness and we've got a bit of downtime. If I want to replace that one with, say, this T-junction here, because I've just built another building behind it, or right next to it, like on this side. I can't overlay it or build it on top of it. I have to kind of manually select it, delete it, and then put that on it, which one could destroy, I wouldn't say destroy, but interrupts the power flow to other buildings like over here. I'm not pointing, but you can see it on my screen. And that's kind of annoying because you're taking the gamble of losing like a good chunk of time if it takes ages for that to be built. And it's kind of a bit of a gamble. So you kind of, yeah, it's a bit of a risk and it's kind of annoying. It should be you're about to just place it over it and then they bring the wood and replace it and it doesn't interrupt that flow. So anyway, that's just me complaining about something very minor, but it has annoyed me in the past. Alright, so what we need to do is destroy these little trees here. I have to remember how to destroy. How do I destroy? Memory is failing me. No, it's not that one. So unmark that because we want to destroy that. Where is my destroy button? Oh, here. Yeah, here it is. Here it is. So I destroy those resources because you can't build. See, this is another thing. It's kind of like the same idea I was talking about. You can't just build over it and it would destroy it automatically, or like it's marked for destruction. It gets destroyed and then they build it. It's one step at a time. And it's kind of annoying because there's not much I can do right now anyway. But I'm saying if there's a bigger population, there's more things going on, I kind of have to wait. So yeah, they should destroy that. Take a while. I think also another thing. I'm bagging on this game way too much more than I intend, but I mean this with love, and like this could be a good addition, more of an angle. Not that I know anything about game development, but when they destroy resources, I'm surprised they don't give you anything for destroying it. Like, I've told this guy to specifically destroy a tree, but there's not really anything I get out of it. No wood or anything. I don't know. It'd be cool to get a log or something out of it. And then that way, if you're running short on maybe trees or something in your like desperation time, you can just flag a whole bunch of trees for destruction and all these guys come in and destroy it so you can get back on track, because you can't wait for these guys to get trees because you're in that desperate situation. I don't know. Just an idea. I know nothing about game development. What do I know? Alright. Oh, I forgot about a science one already. That was silly. I just did this big speech about how I need science. Well, where am I with the science? I'm a moron sometimes. I should really watch the last episode and have a better idea of what's going on. Forester, I need 60 science. So I've got 33 at the moment, need 60. And that's just going at the pace it is. Alright. We're in a lot better situation than I thought I was going to be. Alright, the lumber mill's done. We've got 5 kids now. Did we get a new kid? Yeah, we did. He's going to be A-Stuck now. A-Stuck. Actually, we're going to call him... Because I don't get a lot of comments, this is what I'm doing. Nose damp. Damp? Dump? Damp. Nose damp. So I'm just reversing your name, mate. I hope it's okay. We've got damp nose and nose damp. There you go. Alright, so what's our population like at the moment? So 16 beds, we've got 2 spaces left. I think we're going to be good for now. We've got a lot of kids. We've got a lot of kids. One thing I'm curious about is whether there's any ability to speed up kid development. Because I haven't actually looked into it, but I don't know if... See, this is the problem. I can't even look at that without pausing the game. If their happiness, so their well-being, I do know it increases their age. So it makes them live longer, so obviously you get more work out of them. But does having a good well-being increase how quickly the child matures? So essentially, I think it takes about... with the age-wise, I think they're like 5 or so. How old are these kids? Hold up. Oh, no. Bebop. Where? No, I want to look at you, Bebop. There you are. So Bebop's 3. Damp Nose is 3. Leatherhead is 4. Damp Nose is 4. Alright, Leatherhead in adulthood. So it's about 5. It's a question of if they're got higher well-being, or ooh, no, I don't want to disable it. If they've got higher higher well-being, do they mature faster or become workers faster? I don't think they do. And I know this is getting really dark in here. So, why'd you pause? There you go. No, this is getting really dark in here, so I apologize, but you can still hear me fine. This, you don't really need to look at it. I can turn on a light over there. It will just make the camera go funny. Alright, there we go. So we've got the power to the lumber mill. We actually don't have a worker for the lumber mill. Why don't we don't have... let's reduce it a bit. So it's still a worker from here. That should automatically fill that one, right? Or are we already a bit skint with workers? There we go. We've got Casey Jones building us some planks, which are going to be very important with what I got planned. So let's go to the next up. Now we need to stable... Oh, there, we've got Forester. Unlock the Forester and build it near the place you want to plant trees. So, we've got 39 science, and we need 60. Now, we've only got 3 logs. So, what do we need for a Forester? So, we need 10 logs, 7 planks, and for science, because I'm thinking about speeding up our science, we need 12 logs. So, I think we're going to need some time getting more logs before I'm willing to commit to another science center. Because it's going to be important. Now as the sun goes down, I'm going to turn on the light. Just so there's better light. Now my chair is broken. I've had this chair for many years and I can't afford a new one. So I do apologize for any sound you're about to hear. There we go. I don't know how that looks on camera because I can't see it, because I also can't afford a display cable for 2 monitors anymore. My computer can barely function. So please like and subscribe so one day I could afford equipment. It's so peaceful. There we go. I reckon that's a really cool concept. I love it how it ties in with the whole dam, kind of like building a dam and that kind of aesthetic. I really like this kind of idea. And that's why I really hope they expand to other races, that they don't pigeonhole themselves with just beavers. I reckon there's so many other races you could do, like turtle. Turtle's a big one, but I think everyone's like Ninja Turtles. They all look too much like Ninja Turtles, which I think is silly. You could just say it's a D&D inspired Turtles. What other ones? You could do foxes. I saw that recently they put up a fox about Earth Day. Oh, sorry, post about Earth Day, and it features foxes, and I was like, that's a good one too. Otters would be a big one. I think otters would fit in perfectly with what's going on here. I've heard otters are like the actual animals themselves. They're a bit dicks, but I think they would fit into this aesthetic really well. And I do like the idea of Iron Teeth. I actually unlocked it on a different playthrough. I know previously I said I wasn't going to do it. Ended up accidentally doing it on a different playthrough, which was silly of me. But we will stick to the rule. See, I can't do it yet. Yeah, of course. We will stick to the rules. Once I hit 11 wellness up here, we'll switch over to Iron Teeth because it feels like that's where the progression is in this game for now. I'm hoping they would come out with some kind of campaign or some kind of story, which will be cool. And there's definitely a story. As I wonder if we can spot it, because there are ruins. So there's humanity existed and then went to poo, really. And it would be cool to kind of have some kind of story, explaining, not really explaining it, but showing that there's a way for us not to go down that path, and a good environmental kind of angle on it. which it feels like that's what this game is all about. It's about using nature and not doing the same mistakes as we have done in the past, then continue to do right now. Cool. Now, so the goal right now, and we might as well make this active, because if this is the goal, we might as well get another lumberjack. So basically what our goal right now is to make sustainable wood. So we're going to build a forester, and we need 60 science to do that, but we also need planks, so that's why we're kind of letting... There's a bit of time needing to pass for that. So we've got 100% efficiency here, which is good. So you got more supply than demand, so it's always good to just double check all the time whether you're getting 100% efficiency out of it. I have a bad habit of just not paying enough attention to that, and I lose a lot of time and productivity. And time could be essential depending on your particular desperation in a particular area. So let's see. We're forested, so 10. So we've got the 10 wood. Don't have enough planks yet, but I think this bro is carrying plank. I would love for them to have some kind of way of identifying what where they're assigned. Like I do know with there is a building you can get a labor, the hauling post. This one, that you build it, they get a little harness. Some carrying gear that they wear and they run around so they can carry more, which is cool. They're tied in there. But I think that's the only one that I know about that has some way of easily picking out what job they do. It's not really essential, I guess, but I would like to have, like, these guys have little farmer hats or some kind of farmer gear, like they kind of got at the beginning, where before you even start it, there's a beaver with a hat on it before you even start in the game. There's a beaver with a hat on it. Or with the timber one, maybe they've got, like, well, not really an axe, because I'm assuming they use their teeth. But maybe like a plaid shirt, that would be cool. And a way to kind of change it if you want to, change the kind of gear that they wear. Not hugely essential, but sometimes I like to think, where's all my guys, assigned to this building? Why are they here or then over there? It's quite hard to easily identify what they're doing. Like these guys here, it's quite hard. Sometimes if they don't have a job assigned, they sit outside. And I think your eye would gravitate towards it a bit more if you saw the guy sitting outside wearing something identifiable, and you'd be like, oh, he's not doing anything, I've got some resources to spare, other than kind of just noticing it. I don't know. I have a hard time picking up when buildings aren't doing, or I'm not making the most out of my people, because I don't notice it until it's too late, or if I accidentally come across it. Alright, what do we do? So we've got 3, so we need 7, I think it was. Yeah, 7. And 10 logs. So we should have enough for a science center. So let's build another science center. Oh no, I don't want a observatory. Oh, come over here. I thought the observatory always needed... Oh, so the inventor's place always needed power. I actually shouldn't have built it there. I don't even want it there. Why am I building it there? Ooh. I don't want it there. Because all this, I want this to be... I know. What did I want it to do? Oh, screw it. I'll put it next to each other. I don't know. I kind of like keeping the housing area and the science area apart from each other. But I think that's kind of just happened now. Anyway, what I was trying to say, I always thought the inventor needed power because of this little side thing. And I thought, oh, okay, so it needs to be plugged into, like, this power jack, like the the lumber mill had to be plugged in because there's a little jack on it. I'm like, oh, that makes sense why. And then I found out that's just a window. So that doesn't need plugged into anything. And it doesn't need power to generate. To make the most out of it. Which one sucks, because I wanted to speed it up with power. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was silly of me. Don't make that mistake. Because then I forced too many buildings together in a cluster, and it just causes some logistical problems, let's just say that. There we go. And they're all going to sleep. And you know what? I think we've been playing long enough for today's episode. So thanks for watching. Thanks again for what was his name? See, this is why I named them. So I know. Nosedam, thanks for your comment, mate. If anyone's got anything they want to say, and I will mention next episode, leave in the comment down below. Really helps me. And thumbs up, like, subscribe for small YouTubers like myself. That little stuff does help, but really, as long as someone watches this to this point, thank you. Just thank you. I know I can see people watching my content. I will never meet them in real life, but if I can bring a little bit of happiness, just even like a minute to your life, a distraction from all the problems in the world, thank you for letting me do that. But yeah, until next time, yeah, there will be another episode of this, I can guarantee it at the moment. But until next time, bye-bye.